Get in, nerds. We are playing Victoria 3. The time has come for us to annex Egypt. So let's do it. They might accept 1%. Why are you so confident? Well, we'll find out. I'm just going to run it on slow for the moment until they refuse. There that goes. We'll mobilize Hassa Ordusu and put them on the secondary front, and then we'll mobilize the Constantinian army and put it on the main front. Amani Liberal Revolt. Well, that is extremely unfortunate. And that's mostly this region. Alright, well, very unfortunate for us. Is there a way to transfer units to a new army? That's disband. I'm feeling very silly right now. Wait. Transfer military units to another army. Okay. Why can't I... Okay, here we go. Alright. So. Omani Liberal Revolt. How many battalions have you got? Oh, none. Alright, well, let's go ahead and transfer 1 unit of skirmish infantry. Oh, we need just like an existing formation. Let's move let's move 5 from Hassa Ordusu. I feel like we've got more infantry than we need here. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Got it. And we need another commander. You seem like the right person. We'll be good on command limit. And that's the 5th Ottoman Army. You're mobilizing. So we'll put you over here as soon as you have the capacity to... Oh! But I didn't transfer the units. I get it. The Ottoman Army. Over here. Perfect. Nope. Okay, alright. And now we disband the 5th Ottoman Army. No? Because you're the one with the commander. Disband you. And he'll go to the 6th Ottoman Army. Alright, we got where we wanted to be. Alright, so I don't have a front here. Alright, well, we're going to need to naval invade, but that should be fine. I'm not worried about that. I have great confidence in our soldiers' capacity to militarily invade a country with no army of its own. Extreme confidence. Alright. We could potentially sway Greece. I don't necessarily know that we need to. At this stage of the game. I am not at all concerned. Russia sides with Egypt. That is not what I wanted to hear. But that's okay. We will deploy our forces to the Russian front. Oh wait, these are separate fronts now. So we need a force in both. Let's go ahead and set our troops into a defensive stance. Leave you on attack right now. Well, no, because they're going to have guys here eventually. Alright, we've got... Hey, we're in consideration for interventionism. That's wonderful. Unfortunately, I am going to need to increase taxation. This is going to be a real problem for my standard of living, but it is what it is, unfortunately. I think we're going to need Hassa Ordusu over actually on the Russian front. So I'm going to put you on defend front. And this side is going to be a little bit of a hard time, but it's not really a problem for me if Tripolitania leaves the war. We fought the Russians before, and we will fight them again. Let's go ahead and add Russian war reparations. I think that's what we're going to do. If we can get a hold of a little bit of Russian territory... Excellent. Labor movement. That's interesting. And if we can get a hold of a little bit of Russian territory, we can potentially get some cash out of it, and that would be really nice. All right, let's get a move on here. No one's involving themselves in this war, which I'm pleased about. So once this war starts, I'm going to set up my little naval invasion. Not liking this number. Not sure why they've got so many forces over here. But, you know, we've still got strength parity up here on the main front. So you need to do... No... This one? Station HQ? Planner naval invasion. Okay, here we go. And for fleet, we'll use the main one. Confirm. Alright, here's the real war. I don't know why Russia seems so interested in making us not annex Egypt, but sure wish they wouldn't. Well, that's a trade route going bad. Hold on. Why are so many of these trade routes gnarly? Let's get rid of them. Okay, that was curious. Okay, so Tripolitania is going to bail. We're actually winning pretty hard against the Russians over here. And over here, we are very much winning. No one's attacking here, so let's go ahead and advance on the Romanian front and see how that goes. Again, we want to try to capture a little bit of Russian territory so that I can get my tasty war reparations. And then I'll be very pleased with the overall outcome. How's the naval invasion going? I think we're winning? Not sure. I've never been good at naval invasions, but, you know, that is what it is. We are taking big chunks of Egypt, though. So I'm feeling pretty good about that. The enemy is taking a bunch of Tripolitania, but taking Tripolitania doesn't necessarily cause a problem for me. Our fleet is still getting there. That's why that invasion hasn't gone down yet. We are winning on the offense here. So I'm hoping having a little bit of occupation of Russian territory is favorable for us. We've actually got a little bit of occupation down here already. They're winning over here, though. We got a size overage on us. Doing a lot better financially, probably because we're finishing out our construction queue. I might put taxes down back to Midland, but let's see. Alright, perfect. We've successfully invaded Oman. And I think that's got them fully occupied. So, pleased about that. We've achieved occupation of a bunch of Egypt, and we're continuing to press forward in the south. So I'm also very pleased about that. We got some occupation in Russia over here, and some down here. Hey, interventionism's on adoption. Everything is coming up Ottoman Empire. Wonderful. And we are pressing forward in southern Egypt. Again, our goal is Blue Nile, which is their capital. I'm going to drop taxes back down to Midland. And we are actually... This is not great, but we're actually able to pretty successfully sustain this. So I'm feeling pretty confident right now. I'm going to go ahead... That's right. We can produce more munitions. I'm going to go ahead and do that. Yeah, I know some will be unproductive, but that's okay. We're going to build some more government admin. And the reason we're going to build up government admin is because we're going to need a lot more bureaucratic capacity to incorporate all the territory that we need to incorporate. That's, of course, going to cost us a huge pile of cash, but I'm not worried about that because we're going to make it up through all the taxes we're going to make by taxing all of the territory we've taken over in Egypt. This little revolt will sort itself out on its own now that the enemy territory is fully occupied. Let's get this fleet back to a main sea node here. It's going to sail all the way back around the Horn of Africa because there's no Suez Canal right now. And whose fault is that? Mine, really, but let's pretend it's not. Let's pretend it doesn't matter. Russia is losing war support at a good clip. Faster than us, actually. Pleased about that. Very pleased. In fact, once they get below 0, I should be able to get war reparations. And that would make me a very happy cat. We're winning the battle over here. The enemy has a lot of extremely small armies. We are losing this battle just due to size. Let's go ahead and get... I probably should have done this before. Let's get this army over here. All these armies are on defend. Yes? Yes. Normally Ordosu is doing a little rough, but that'll be fine. We are continuing to win in the south here with Romanian help, which I'm very pleased about. Romania is getting some chunks of territory here. That is not going to translate into Bessarabia becoming part of Romania, at least not in... Oh, interesting. Oh, they're moving up to defend that front. Well, that is not necessarily a problem for us because we can put our generals over here on advance. Oh, my goodness. The Russians have invaded Persia. We've invaded Persia. Please respect us, or we might invade you as well. Where's Hassa Ordosu? So Ordosu... You need to get over here, and you need to advance. Huh, I didn't even realize about that. Excellent. There's the Civil War dealt with. This front is getting... We no longer have... we're no longer the stronger party over here, so let's go back to defending. And actually, we're no longer the stronger party here either, so we'll keep defending. I thought I'd set this army back to... This army is set to advance. So we'll put them back on defend. And keep things going for now. Unfortunately, my armed forces have decided to take every state except for the capital. So that means Egypt is no longer losing war support. Happily, though, Russia still is. They've got 37 war support remaining, so it'll be about 10 more weeks until they are out of the picture. Hassa Ordusu is now also defending the Persian front. We're probably going to lose Persia out of this war, but that isn't necessarily a problem for me. We are still holding pretty effectively over here, and as long as we can get the occupation in Blue Nile that we need in order to actually win the war, I'm not really concerned about this front at all. Because once Egypt is fully occupied, that's the end of the joke. And I think they've just lost their war support protection. Come on. Yes. Alright, perfect. So, they will capitulate in not long at all. Let's go ahead and put the Constantinian army on the Persian front. See if we can't stem that tide there. Wow, Romania is continuing to push forward here, or trying. Mutual blunders, but we are winning on the defense, which is nice. How are we doing here? Not great. That's okay. We're steadily getting territory back. Once Russia gets below 0, though, that negative 120 line item all the way at the bottom is going to go down to negative 12, and I think we'll be good to go. Interestingly, they desire to ban slavery. Which I have to say would be very good for me. But it is kind of cheesy. Come on, interventionism. Setback. Come on. Nerds. Okay. Perfect. So Egypt has been annexed. Why are you backing off from this front? You're supposed to be on this front, doing front things. You are supposed to be going to this front to do front things. You are supposed to be on this front doing front things. That wasn't great. I don't know what's going on with that. Still, once Russia runs out of war support, they'll pay us a bucket of money. And I would really be happy with that, because Russia seems like a country who can afford to give the Sultan plenty of cash. A huge pile of cash. They're still at -5, but I only need to push them a little bit longer. And we're getting back territory in Persia, which is nice. I guess they just sort of sent their guys home? Well, fair enough. Can't propose. Why not? Oh, because we're up against a secondary belligerent. We need to just go until it's... We need to rip and tear until it's done. Well, that's a shame. Alright, well, let's advance then. I believe I have war support protection, so it's just a matter of taking more and more chunks of Russia until the war ends. This is very curious. I felt like this has been a bug for a long time, where we have, like, we can technically... Hello, are you going to advance this front here? You should be able to take all this territory back. taking a long time. Where I feel like this should be, because the one enemy remaining is accepting of it. I should be able to enforce this peace deal, but it's not happening. So we're going to need to have a battle over the Caucasus. Still, my finances are pretty solid on this. Now that's partially because I am building. That's wild. Oh, I should start incorporating these states, huh? Incorporate. Here's an army. You don't need to be here. That's just going to transfer those units to a different army. Okay, so Russia has now decided to, I guess the word is, they're phoning it in. They're phoning in the war at this point. Let's go ahead and increase the game speed. I don't need to worry about this. France is getting, is going after the Marina Kingdom, which is what it is. I don't see... I'm just keeping watch here for naval invasions, basically, while this this whole little battle gets itself sorted out. And I think at the end of the year, we'll go ahead and put a pin in the episode. It's been a big war, but the incorporation of Egypt is going to be a very... Ooh, steam donkey method. That's very good. And now we're working on pump jacks. That's going to get us oil, and oil is going to be very, very useful in the mid and late game. And I'm going to be very, very pleased about that. Once that happens, Tripolitania is a puppet. They've been a puppet the whole game. Tunis is a dominion. They've basically been a dominion the whole game. Excellent. That's what I like to see. Get the money. Alright, so with that having been done, first, let's go ahead and reset production methods in all of these areas we've just taken over. And let's see what we've got here from an industry perspective. Arts Academy, a little bit of furniture manufacturing, textile mills, and whatnot. Bunch of industry here in Kordofan. That's curious. And quite a bit in Eritrea, too. Did I call this Ethiopia? That was dumb. All of this is Ethiopia. This is Eritrea. Can you hear that one? Dongola. Pretty good base of industry over here in Egypt. Not gonna lie. Finally, interventionism. That is wonderful. And our investment pool is finally actually growing. So, we have some wheat farms that are still not using soil enriching farming. So let's go ahead and set that up. Oh, Crete. I forgot Crete was part of Egypt. That is so curious. But it is what it is. I am feeling pretty good right now. If we go to landed voting, nobody will be unhappy. Let's go ahead and do it. Let's go ahead and do it. It's time to start diluting the power of the landowners in a real way. Plus, this will give us 1.54 million loyalists, and we are having a real radicalism problem right now. And I'm hoping to put a pin in that, because I would like to have a nice, loyal population who will help me get all the work I need to do internationally done. We got vineyards for the first time. That's wonderful. We need to export this wine, though, because it's very, very cheap. Where's the wine? Here it is. Okay. Let's try it through the trade interface. Wine here. Nobody wants it. Small arms? Everybody wants it, particularly China. And America. America is buying Ottoman guns. That's fun. Let's see. What else is cheap in our market? Artillery, tea, sugar. Artillery, tea, sugar, and hardwood. So, export artillery. Spain, Britain, France. The usual suspects. Tea. Sell that to Britain. Hardwood. Zanzibar. And sugar. Primarily finding a market in France. And the Netherlands. Alright, that should be good for our businesses. Is our company... Our company is maximum productive, so that means we're getting our reduced radicals from standard of living decreases. And actually, standard of living is going up. So I'm pretty pleased by that. Pretty happy that's how that went. Let's take a look at the innovation screen. We have 95 innovation, and we actually are at our maximum. So let's go ahead and build up another large university to keep us on the cutting edge of innovation. And I think the place we're going to put that... Oh, you know what? We actually need a bunch more universities. I'm still on the one university per territory train. Speaking of trains, is there anywhere we don't have trains? Yes, there is. In particular, all the areas we just took over don't have any trains. So we'll go ahead and do that, and then we'll get those universities going. We built ones all in Egypt. Still haven't built ones in the Arabian Peninsula yet, so let's go ahead and do that. Oh, or these territories. I seem to have neglected some zones. That was probably not. That was not smart. I'm not a smart cat, but that's okay. That is going to run up against our finances, but I don't foresee it being a problem. Because our finances are actually overall very good. We are paying some in interest. How much credit have we got? 1.53 million. But we are in the black to the tune of 80k. So that really shouldn't last that long. In fact, I think by the end of 87, we should have that debt completely cleared away. I'm hoping. If our finances stay the way they are. We're still in rank 9. We've been surpassed by Spain somehow, which I'm not excited about. Probably their navy power projection. And I think the lesson here is that navy power projection is going to matter a lot. So what we're going to do is we're going to build up some more construction capacity for naval, and then we're going to build some more naval bases. We've got a second Ottoman fleet here. Let's put an intelligentsia leader in charge. He's a naval commander. I'm going to go ahead and promote you to Rear Admiral. And then we're going to raise some ships. We're going to raise some frigates. Let's see, where have we got labor available? Quite a bit in Konya. 10 levels there. And we'll do... Where do I have one? Dongola. We'll even out Dongola. And then we'll do Man of Wars in... Oh my goodness, we've got a lot of labor available in Thessaly. We'll do 10 in Thessaly and 5 in Eastern Thrace. Sins of the past. Proponents of the landed voting reform have called attention to past abuses of power by the current regime as a reason for why this change is urgently needed. While I barely remember it myself, it was a different time. Things like that simply happened, and I never expected to be interrogated about them. That's not to say it went unquestioned, but there were always complainers. You couldn't listen to them if you wanted to get things done. Of course, this was all with the Sultan's approval. Not officially, I think you should know. That stays between us. Power corrupts, which is why the powerful must be held to account by the voters. This gives us 20% enactment chance, but reduces Ismet Sakir's popularity. Or the passes in the past, these issues have nothing to do with the reform. That's interesting. I don't want to necessarily reduce the popularity of my my guy here, but on the other hand, it's only for 5 years. Let's say abuse of power corrupts and get us a big old pile of enactment chance. In any case, that's going to be all for this episode. We basically just took over Egypt, but you know, it's big. That's a big task. Who else are we going to get control over? Persia's dominion. They don't have a truce with us, so we might go about reducing their autonomy. And they might accept. Can I afford to fight a war right now? I can afford to fight a war. Do I want to? We'll see. But for now, I've had fun. I hope you all have had fun, and I will see you all on the other side.